Secondary, what impressed you? They lead the SEC in interceptions. I guess what makes them so effective?
You know what? They're experienced. They're old. Juniors and seniors back there, you can tell they've been playing a lot of ball together. They got great ball skills. They're physical. They have a ton of confidence. They play with a lot of swagger. They know their system inside and out too. I think they're where they're supposed to be when they're supposed to be there, and they're opportunistic that way.
How physical of a group are they? Do they try and get up in you, or do they try and do more?
Oh yeah, they're a physical group. That's kind of what they build their mentality on, is how physical they are in hitting. And if you watch their games, I mean, they play the game the way it's supposed to be played. I respect the heck out of them.
Have you been challenging your guys to step up and match that physicality?
Sure, but I do that every week. I mean, this league is a big boy league. Everybody's physical. There's nobody you can go, hey, just you're good this week. Take it easy. These guys are soft. No. Every week in this league is a street fight, and this one's no different.
Compared to Florida, since that was the last SEC game,
Yeah.
Are they that physical from the line of scrimmage where they're really going to come up and try to bump the guys out of their routes and stuff? Or
Yeah.
are they a little different, play a little further off?
Well, they have a little bit different scheme is all, but they're still as physical. So when they do get up there, they're as physical as Florida was, absolutely. They may not press as much just because that's their scheme, but they will hit you, and when they do get in your face, they're in your face.
Justin was saying they kind of trick opposing offense, disguising things and stuff like that. Just you go into what do you see from them on?
Yeah, no, they do a great job. A lot of their things look the same. It's really hard to get a beat on coverages and in fronts, and they do a great job. Again, 3 years in the system, they're all juniors and seniors. You can tell they know exactly what they're doing. They know the nuances of the coverages. They know the problems of the coverages, and you can tell they're very well coached.
What has enabled Jonathan Johnson to step it up the last few weeks with a lot more catches than he had earlier?
Nothing really. I've schemed some passes for him. Me and Coach Jake have schemed some passes for him, just because he's got a unique skill set. I've been telling everyone since the day he got here, he's one of my best receivers. And, it takes some catches for everyone else to see that. I see it every day. But we've had some other players maybe that are highly recruited that outshadow him. But as far as a football player, he's one of the best I have.
How is Vaughn coming along just in terms of kind of shaking the rust off? He's been back maybe a game and a half.
Better this week than last week. Yeah, improved. He definitely was rusty when he came back. It's been a gradual process with him. And he's still learning in the system. Yeah, I just talked about Ole Miss, 4 years running that same defense, or 3 years. I mean, they know it inside and out. Vaughn has not even been in it a season, and so to take 3 or 4 weeks off and then get back in, yeah, he's going to knock some rust off. So he's gotten better and better this week.
With Marquez, obviously, he went up and caught one against UTC. Against Florida, I think y'all threw him one in the end zone that he didn't come down with.
Yeah.
After he caught that one against UTC, are you trying to reiterate to him that if that play is called for him in the red zone, that he needs to, that's his ball, it should be a touchdown every time?
Well, sure. Yeah, all those guys, absolutely. I mean, that's his game. I think I heard someone on the radio say that Coach Azzanni wasn't using Marquez North the right way. My wife told me that one. There's nothing to do with that. When your number's called, you go make a play, and he's had a lot of opportunities, and he made some and hasn't made some, so he's going to get plenty more opportunities as well.
What's the biggest thing your group can do to help Justin? I mean, all the talk is about how much pressure he's under and how much he's running for his life. I mean, aside from just getting open, what's the biggest thing that you preach to help a quarterback?
Well, getting open is one. I mean, there's small windows. We got to paint pictures for him. I mean, if he does have a little less time for whatever reason, the team brings pressure, and we have to be where we're supposed to be. He can't be guessing. Okay, so we got to go paint great pictures, and we got to be, on scramble drills, we got to be great, which everyone else in the country has to do. I mean, very rarely anymore do you see a quarterback drop back perfect and hit a rhythm throw. It doesn't happen often anymore. He's moving around the pocket, he's scrambling, he's making plays. If you look at all the top 5, top 10 teams in the country right now, that's what they do. That's what they do, all of them. So we got to scramble rules have got to be great, and then painting pictures right away so when he does step up, he knows exactly where we're going to be.
Just creating those windows and doing that against physical secondaries, is that something you just have to experience on game day? You just have to do it? I mean, there's only so much you can simulate it on the practice field.
Yeah, it's hard to simulate it versus the scout team here, but we do a lot of good on good. Cam Sutton is as good as there is in the country. Yeah. Mike Williams, our young corners are good. Justin Coleman he's as good as there is in press coverage as I've been around. So going against those guys every day in one-on-ones and things make us make us work, and that helps us on game days.
I'm sure you've been asked already, but what impressed you about Mississippi's secondary?
Yeah, I have been asked, and I'll tell you again. I think they're experienced. You know, they're all juniors and seniors. There's no young guys in that group. You know, juniors and seniors. They play very well together. They know the system inside and out. They know all the nuances of it. They know the adjustments of it. You can tell they're very well coached. They're physical. They're big, and they play with a ton of confidence. Which you would expect from the third team in America. I mean, a confident group with some swagger. So they're very impressive.
Why do they just ball hawk so well? I mean, obviously they got a lot of picks.
Well, you know, I think a couple things. I think they're ball hawks, but I also think they know that system. You know, they know the problem routes and the problem plays, and they've been coached on them over and over. So guess what? They read their keys, and they're where they're supposed to be, and they're picking balls out of the air. So that's what I see.
Do you expect Vaughn to be able to play somewhat close to a full workload this week? Is he at that point yet? Or
I do. Yeah, I think Vaughn will be fine. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You know, Jonathan got to start last week. Yeah. Is that kind of an ongoing battle with Ian Pig, or where does that stand right now?
No, yeah, Jonathan is. You'll see Jonathan in there a lot. I mean, he's a warehouse guy. He can play every position for me. He rotates all over the place. So I rotate as the game goes. You know what I mean? The flow of the game is how I do it.
Mark has come out of everything okay. You know, he's been kind of just in a green jersey, but has he been all right and been able to?
I mean, he took a shot there and got bent weird, and so just being precautionary, we want to make sure we get him fully healthy.